cut skin like so. So open it up like that. Then you disjoin them. It's very important to go backwards in the right direction. Otherwise you'll break the back. Then it's going to be a hard time going it out. So look for the oyster. You push the leg backwards. So you cut the skin around it. Expose the oyster. So you see the cup there? You don't need too much meat. Then cut it into the cartridge. So that's the joint. Then simply put it out. So the same thing. You cut it right there. And then oyster. And you cut to the joint and pull it out. So this is the leg, not quarter. The one that I had was the leg quarter. This is the leg. The breast, however, you cut it like so. So first you cut the center skin, then expose the keel bone, then you cut both sides of the keel bone. Right there, okay? So now you pre-cut it. It makes so much easier if you do that. Cut it so, hold it, then look for the drumhead joint. So you feel them. If you grab them with your finger like that, you can feel with your thumb right there. So you grab it, see it, then you just put the tip of the knife. Then this gets you disjointed with your knife. So don't cut it like that. You're going to cut into the breast, which you don't want to do. And here is connected to shoulder blade, then wishbone. So that's what you want to scrape it out. So from the same joint, you feel wishbone, right? Remember, there's a tenderloins right into the wishbone, so you want to dig it into it. Then you put the knife reverse like that at the same point. Now you scrape the shoulder blade. Shoulder blade, wishbone. Take your knife, kind of dig the tenderloin out with your finger, hold it, and put it out. Always good to pull backwards. So the tenderloin is still attached. So this is the boneless chicken leg with a wing attached. For airline, however, it's to cut the flat and tip off. This is the airline. Skin off, but it's boneless, rib bones removed, but drumhead attached. You don't French this, okay? If you want to, that's fine. But if you order airline, this is what you get. Right? Don't expect that they're going to French it for you. And this is the flat, right? Now, that's the one way to do it. One way is to cut it from the joint sides. And the other way is to cut it from the back sides. So you pull the tenderloin like so, and feeling the rib bone. This takes a little longer because you can't pull the meat like you did with the other method. Then take the wishbone. The wishbone's broke, so now we have to put it out. And then go around to the rib. I think a lot of European chefs will do this method. Some reason, because then you can leave the tenderloin a little bit better. It doesn't come off as easily as the other one. Then go into the joint and cut the joint. Now you have chicken breast, same difference. It's just a two different methods. One comes from the front, coming from the other one. This way, I leave a little bit of meat on shoulder blade. Because I'm cutting from here, only cut it up, it's kind of hard to scrape them. It's a little bit, so it's not too bad. But this is what I'm looking for. If you're going to fabricate chicken and if you're looking for the evaluation, I'll look for the scrapiness of shoulder blade, is make sure this meat is removed and how much meat you left it on front. And oysters and everything else. So if you get a lot of meat on it, you're going to lose a point. If everything's nice and clean, you get almost perfect score. Okay. Now, to do the French. To scrape the bones from the drumhead. First of all, when you French mean you gotta expose them, you gotta remove the meat out. Don't leave it there. Because some people think, okay, you just cut it around like that. Like so, and kind of push it down. So a little bit more of that. And that's French, but it's not. You have to remove this meat. So you gotta cut the bottom part, like so, all the way around, then remove them. So that's the French. Now, this is not finished yet because I cut through the joint, right? So there's a little bit of cartridge to touch on. In order to make it smoother, you have to use a French knife, cut a little bit towards the top, and cut it off the cartridge and remove them. That's how you do French. Now, that's the European way. Asian way is to use the similar to the lollipop method. So you cut right there. So it's not the joint, cut just below, like so, then pop it. Now you don't have to cut this tip because you attach the cartridge to the flat. Now you cut around. Remove it. That's the French. So you don't have to cut through, just pop them. So I've been doing that. That explains how to do your lollipop. Yeah, get it out from here. There you go. So lollipop, you can do drumhead and the flat. If you do the whole thing, you cut left right below, just like I showed you from this one, and you do the same thing right here as well. Not the joint though, a little bit below. Okay. Then pop up. It's usually good to have something to kind of grab on. Chickens are very slimy. And when you pop it up like that, you do the same thing for the other one as well. This is even harder. Nope. Sometimes they don't pop. Then you're gonna have a problem following the pop. Just here you go. So if you don't, then you have to cut it off. All right. So then what you do is go like that and push it through. Reverse them. Like that. So meat is attached. And cut it off. Okay, that's a lollipop for drumhead. Then for flat, there's two bones. So you remove one, right? So you reverse the bone. This one came out pretty easy, but usually doesn't reverse them and kind of push it through and it comes right out. Reverse the meat. Okay, then take this off. So this is what I'm looking for. They have a very nice meat, kind of in a bowl shape. If it's all cut up, that's not good, right? So you want to put it like that. And usually they are marinated in soy sauce, ginger, sake, then just dust it in a cornstarch and deep fry. They use it as a poo-poo.
Yeah, I got it, Jeff. Don't worry, Jeff.
Okay, to bone the leg. Give me a paper towel.
Paper towel.
Quickly, back.